There are many people who are hugely benefited by these things. People do achieve what they want to do in the material world by using a certain way. You call for a particular being, for a particular kind of benefit, so that you have an advantage of achieving things much more than you would do by your normal strength and capabilities. Is this all figment of imagination? No, it is… everything is happening because of certain forces. They identified these forces and personified them and created a method as to how to find access to them. In this tradition, we have various kinds of beings. They are all particularly identified according to their quality. We have humans, and of course the animal nature and all those things that you can see and around you. Those beings that you cannot see, there are some which we call as Bhuta Preta category. There are other beings that we call as Yakshas. There are other kinds of beings that we call as Gandharvas. And there are Devas. So based on this, there are tree gods, there are monkey gods, there are elephant gods, there is fruit god, there is vegetable god, there is flower god, for everything there is a god. So these yagnas were processes through which you can find access to certain forces in the existence so that you have an advantage of achieving things much more than you would do by your normal strength and capabilities. The word yagna has been translated as sacrifice. The English word sacrifice you would always understand as giving up something for something else or giving up something for nothing. That's a sacrifice, okay? Giving up something for something else is commerce. Giving up something for nothing is sacrifice. So, yagna need not necessarily mean a sacrifice. Probably, yagna is a combination of an offering, an oblation, and a sacrifice. It's a mixture of all these three things. A ritual through which you can please certain forces in the existence. In other cultures, generally they have not been properly identified and classified, all of them are dismissed as angels. But here, different quality beings have been identified as different types, and accordingly you call for a particular being, for a particular kind of benefit. There is a whole process and science behind it. Even today, people are using these yagas and yagnas. Generally, for a lot of them it may not work because it's not being properly conducted the way it should be. But for many people it does work. There are many people who are hugely benefited by these things. People do achieve what they want to do in the material world by using yagas and yagnas in a certain way. Even though it doesn't matter how educated they are and how much liberation they talk about, even today, 95% of the Indians, if they want to enter a new home, they will do yagas and yagnas before they get in. Only here at Isha we don't do anything because we are a different breed. If you are in a certain level of consciousness and energy, everything that you do is a yagna. You don't have to do a separate ritual, the very way you live is a yagna. So yagnas are of different kinds. Yagna means a certain means to access a dimension which is right now not in your access. One is a ritualistic yagna, that you perform something, an expert in the field comes and does something for you through which you receive some benefit, or you have made your very life process into your yagna. Now you sit in the morning and you're doing your Shakti Chalana Kriya or your Shambhavi Mahamudra. This is an internal yagna. Without that sense of offering, you will never know the essence of that practice. If you Make this a process. It's a very powerful yagna through which things happen in the world. Not just for yourself, things will happen around you beautifully.
Meditation is a quality, not an act. If you know how to bring clarity to your mind, you will see the whole existence is open. In the end, who you are is what will manifest in the world. Life is not a question of use. It is magnificent, just the way it is. Boredom comes from not being involved with this cosmic happening that is life.